Man, salute everybody, man. Shout out to the LDBC. And this is Hollywood Herm, man. Just here to talk about the GOAT debate and the GOAT debate, man. This is a tiresome topic, tiresome thing that get talked about often. You got guys do propaganda videos to try to prove their point on, no matter who they like, whether it's a Jordan fan, whether it's a LeBron fan, Kareem fan, whoever they think is the GOAT. We get all these crazy ass rumblings, propagandas, misled information, miseducational information about the game of basketball. And we become very disingenuous with how we break down the game. We make lies about these stars. We pick apart these stars, try to degrade these stars, try to make up things to make one guy less than the other instead of speaking the game properly, instead of breaking down why the guy that we may believe is the GOAT is the GOAT. And I'm not gonna tear down any star in this video. I'm not gonna have to put down anybody to make a case why I got this certain player as the GOAT and why how I view the GOAT, because we got to put an end to that. We got to start talking the game the right way. We got to put respect on the game of basketball, and we got to put respect to all the greats that ever played the game instead of sitting here and doing disgraceful things. Whether we trying to sell out to get a hot take, whether we trying to do everything we can to pick apart somebody else's point of view on the game. We gonna stop that here, and we gonna set a new trend and how we talk the game and how we break down the game and how I view the GOAT, y'all. How I view the GOAT, period. I put everything into perspective. Winning is important, of course. Sure, dominance. What I mean by your dominance is how you was when you at your best. How your individual dominance contributed to the team success of your teams and how you dominated the league, what impact that you did bring to the league, your accolades, of course. How did you change the game forever? Also the impact that you had globally on the game and how you expanded the game and how you improved the game, how you changed the game. All that matters when you talking about the GOAT. Because I can start from the beginning. The sheer dominance of Bill Russell that set the standard, that set the stage of like your individual greatness could bring so much value to a team that you exerted a dynasty, you exerted a dominance that was unseen. Wilt Chamberlain with the numbers that he was putting up exerted of how dominant of a player you could be and still be successful, of how the league changed rules just to slow down this dominance because everything was so easy to Wilt Chamberlain at the time. Then you got these great teams that had to be assembled just to take them down. So Wilt Chamberlain was the epitome of sheer, pure dominance, an unstoppable specimen that we ever seen in the game of basketball. When we look into the 70s, we got a guy, Lou Alcindor, aka Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, probably the best winner of all time on all levels. When you look at high school, when you look at college, he was undefeated. How he came into the NBA, hell, brought a team in the Milwaukee Bucks a title when nobody ever thought they would win a title. Well, Giannis had won since then, but Kareem Abdul-Jabbar exerted the greatness of dominance, pure dominance to the point where even as a player that wasn't in his prime anymore, he still was the clutchest guy on his team and won a Finals MVP at the age of 38. Then we got two guys, Magic Johnson and Larry Bird, guys that brought a time to that they saved the league with the dominance of a Caucasian player, dominance of a black player that used that rivalry to elevate the game and help save the game, and to the point made rivalries famous in the game of NBA to this day. Rivalries actually carried the league for a long time due to the fact of what the Celtics of the Lakers been through and they intense the rivalry. Even the rivalry between the Celtics and the Lakers back then with Bill Russell and wasn't even magnified to the level of a Magic Johnson or Larry Bird. So they helped save the league, and they also displayed sure dominance as well. And they transited the game to the point where that now you got cable networks. Now you got attention throughout the world of people watching the game and enjoying the game. So now the NBA is making more revenue than they ever had. Then there's this guy, number 23 for North Carolina, Michael Jeffrey Jordan. Changed the game, period. With his air flying ability, put a new emphasize how people view the dunk, how people view, wearing to this day. You got all these shoe contracts and stuff because of this man right here, Michael Jordan. Endorsements has been a big thing in today's sports world due to the fact of what Michael Jordan brought to the table with Nike, what he brought to the table with Gatorade, Wheaties, all the commercials he had with Spike Lee, how Michael Jordan made the game global. Michael Jordan made the game global to the point where you got European players damn near wanting to become basketball players, and you seen the impact and the effect how European players damn near dominate the NBA today due to the fact of how the game was made global and how people started falling in love with the game due to the man Michael Jeffrey Jordan. Then we got guys like Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant just displayed sheer pure greatness, gave you a mentality, gave you a guy that despite going through the trials or tribulations, he find a way to get it done so it resonate with people that do go through a lot of trauma in their life, go through a lot of situations in their life to enhance their life. Then you got the young phenom, LeBron James. LeBron James brought the player empowerment into the effect, brought it to the effect that, hey, it's okay, players, to control your own destiny. It's okay to make your own way and create your own lane. You don't have to be cling to one franchise. So LeBron James brought that aspect into that. Don't get me wrong, you got guys like Oscar Robertson. If it wasn't for Oscar Robertson, hell, Oscar Robertson, you would not have seen LeBron James made the move to go to Miami in the first place. It wasn't for Oscar Robertson taking the NBA to court, fighting for his rights for free agency. If it wasn't for Spencer Haywood, guys that open the doors for high schoolers to come out the league if they're good enough to get the ability to turn professional without going to college. If it wasn't for that, we wouldn't have seen the phenomenon LeBron James coming to the league at 18. So when we emphasize things, we got to put respect on the guys that came before us. We got to put respect on the guys that have opened the doors to change the way of how we view the game. But back to the GOAT conversation. You know, I'm gonna give you guys my top 5 all time, and I'm gonna start from number 5. Number 5, Kobe Bean Bryant. Kobe Bryant got one of the best stories in NBA history. How a guy that was on the bench for 2 years didn't really get the opportunities to shine. Lost 2 years of his professional career, and it heightened with his sure hard work, with his dedication, with him taking advantage of the opportunities that came before him. Kobe Bean Bryant ended up becoming one of the best basketball players we ever seen. Pure skill, pure dominance, pure will. Was willing to do anything to win and was willing to do anything to prove people that he was one of the cream of the crop, that he's one of the best. So his story from literally coming from the bottom to the top, he literally did that. And everybody should resonate with that, coming from the bottom and coming to the top. Getting it out the mud. That's the definition of Kobe Bryant. When it comes to getting it out the mud, Kobe Bryant's name should be attached to that. And that's just a fact. That's just a fact, man. Number 4, the reason I got this guy still over Kobe, Magic Johnson. He paved the way of how we should have. Well, I take that back. I take that back. Number 4 is Bill Russell, though. Bill Russell is the epitome of winning. Bill Russell is the reason why you guys fall in love with a guy like Tim Duncan. But Bill Russell is the epitome of doing whatever it takes to win. He's willing to do the small things. Hell, this man was coaching and playing and still displayed pure dominance, still displayed leadership, still did everything he can to contribute to winning. That's why I got him at number 4, the greatest winner of all time, the epitome of winning. So when it comes to winning, Bill Russell now should be attached to that. Number three all time, LeBron James. A kid phenom with all the expectations riding on him. LeBron James ended up exceeding all those expectations, becoming one of the best players that we ever seen. Now, there's certain things that people question. There's certain things that happen in his career that people harp on. But LeBron James still got the numbers. He got the accolades, got probably one of the best statistical resumes that we ever seen. And he's adding on pure dominance for his whole career. Putting up great numbers his whole career. Haven't had a dull season yet. And we had to be honest with that. Hey, Reg, dog. Hey, I feel you, bro. But hey, I had to do that. I just had to be real though. Because we got personal feelings, I had to do that. I had to do that. Number two, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Probably one of the pure greatest basketball players that we ever seen. A guy that dominated on every level. A guy that showed you how, even though I am that damn good, I'm still willing to put my ego to the side to do whatever it takes to let this young bull and Magic Johnson take over. Something if LeBron James decide to do this year could help out your Los Angeles Lakers, Reg, dog. Uh, if if LeBron James actually pull a Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and let Luka run the team, the Lakers could actually be a solid team. Reg dog, yeah, and that just because of the you can't ignore certain things. He got the stats, he got the accolades over Kobe. Me personally, I think Kobe is the better basketball player. But when you measure GOAT, I had to realize like, despite of how great Kobe Bryant is, despite of me believing Kobe Bryant is better than LeBron James, like LeBron James did have more impact on the NBA more than Kobe Bryant though. Which that's why I brought up the player empowerment. He made it okay for players to control their own destinies and made it where that these teams don't have as much power over the players like they used to. So that is something that you can harp on when it comes to LeBron James. So do I believe LeBron is better than Kobe Bryant personally? No. But when it comes to the GOAT conversation, I can't ignore certain factors. That's why I got LeBron at number three. But to my GOAT though, Reg dog, even though I had Kareem at number two, was cooking on Kareem, is Michael Jeffrey Jordan. Not only that Michael Jordan has the accolades, not only that Michael Jordan has one of the best peak dominance of any player in NBA history, Michael Jordan changed the game. He brought he elevated the dunk contest. Him and Dominique Wilkins to this day probably got the best dunk contest of all time. How they elevated that, had to make it a little cool with the hang time, with tongue sticking out, with the best commercials, with the Gatorade commercials, with the goddamn Wheaties commercials, with the how he innovated for players to get these endorsements. If it wasn't for Michael Jordan, these players would not have had as many endorsements as they got today. So Michael Jordan opened the doors to get guys to get their signature shoe because everybody was wearing Converse. Converse was giving out contracts, but guys didn't have their signature shoe, and Michael Jordan did that for these players today. LeBron got a signature shoe. Kobe Bryant had a signature shoe. Tracy McGrady. I could keep going down the list. If it wasn't for Michael Jordan, guys would not have had that. So Michael Jordan made the game global. Make Europeans want to start playing ball at a high level to the point where that now the league is getting ran by these damn Europeans. Jokic, Giannis, Luca, Victor. The league is fit to be run by Europeans due to the fact of how Michael Jordan made the game global to the point where that overseas guys didn't want to play soccer. Other guys don't want to do the shit that they typically do overseas in Europe. They want to touch a damn basketball. They want to come to the NBA. They want to be NBA players now. But Michael Jordan not only give you the stats, not only Michael Jordan give you the individual accolades, but Michael Jordan made the game global to the point where that whoever you think the goal is, they benefit off of. Whoever you think the goal is going to be, they benefit off Michael Jeffrey Jordan. So it's not only about pure stats, it's not only about accolades, it's not only about dominance, what you did for the game itself. And Michael Jordan opened the doors for guys to do everything. The big contracts. When Jordan started getting the $30 million a year, that opened the doors to hindsight. When Shaq went to the Los Angeles Lakers, got the biggest contract in NBA history due to Michael Jordan getting the 20 to $30 million a year that he demanded from the Chicago Bulls. Michael Jordan, people don't talk about what he did for players often, but he opened the doors for players to get bigger contracts. To the point right now, we seeing guys making 50, 60, $70 million a year now due to what Michael Jordan did in the mid 90s to start making sure players get paid. So when you look at the GOAT, don't just sit up there and just think you reading out stats. It tells you the whole thing of why somebody's the GOAT. The story matters. The impact on the game itself matters. The impact what they did for the league matters. The impact for what they did globally for basketball matters. Because what the Dream Team did, it opened the doors to the sheer pure dominance of USA basketball for years. But on hindsight, it made the competition all over the world better. It made people in other countries step their games up. It made other people in countries want to elevate and teach these guys the right way to play basketball to the point where that the competition is at all. You don't know who the hell gonna win gold medals. Hell, we were scared straight when we were seeing Team USA lose the games they weren't supposed to lose. Yeah, and Reg dog. I emphasized on that earlier on the impact Oscar Robertson had for his free agency. LeBron James would not be able to do what he did with the decision if it wasn't for Oscar Robertson. LeBron James and Kobe Bryant and Kevin Garnett, Moses Malone, and then when that be that guys would not be able to come straight out of high school into the NBA if it wasn't for Spencer Haywood. So I did lay the foundation of what guys have done for the game and how they changed the game. But Michael Jeffrey Jordan affected the game in the NBA unlike no other. He changed the way the game was viewed unlike no other. Michael Jordan made the game popular like no other. Michael Jordan made the dunk contest popular like no other. Michael Jordan brought attention to the game globally like no other. Michael Jordan emphasized how players can make money outside of basketball like no other. And Reg Dog, I spoke on that. It started with Bird and Magic to me, but Michael Jordan took it to new heights though. Bird and Magic saved the league. So they always gonna be in my top 10 no matter what. No matter what, due to the fact that they saved the league. Dr. J, maybe if he would have came into the NBA earlier, people would understand his dominance. People will understand how he changed the game. And trying to go. This is not about Kawhi Leonard. We don't care about Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard, this is the thing with Kawhi Leonard trying to go. Shit, he did everything that's coming to him. He did it to himself. So you mad at an all-time great coach, Greg Popovich, expressing of what he felt of his player Kawhi Leonard? You mad at a former Finals MVP, or Tony Parker, to feel like, hey, my teammates not giving it they all? You mad at the Spurs organization when they were basically saying he could have played and he didn't play? Kawhi Leonard bringing things on himself. So whatever happens with that, that's on him. But Kawhi Leonard don't deserve no damn respect. He don't. He cheated the Clippers fans. He cheated the Clipper organization, and he damn sure most of all cheated his teammates. So I mean, I don't want to get into the hypotheticals of Kawhi Leonard because who gives a damn about a LTD ass nigga, a long term disability ass nigga? Because that's what he is, a nigga on long term disability. So fuck Kawhi Leonard trying to go respectfully. Dr. J. Oh man, if it wasn't for Dr. J. Reg dog, Michael Jordan wouldn't have the hang time that he ended up developing. If it wasn't for Dr. J, Michael Jordan went out to emphasize making the dunk look cool. Like Dr. J, he went out and done the cradle. He didn't see Dr. J do it. So hell yeah, Dr. J is the top 15 player of all time to me. Hell, I want to put him in my top 10, but niggas ain't gonna understand how great Dr. J was. So shit, I kind of fall in line with these young niggas. And Reg Dog, it always gonna be a lot of goats. But if I had to choose one, it's Michael Jordan because he opened the doors and opened so many avenues for these players to the point where that these niggas benefiting off all this shit to this day. You think LeBron James getting all those business meetings if it wasn't for a guy like Michael Jordan opening the doors for that? Um, you think these guys would get these shoe deals if it wasn't for what Michael Jordan did with the Jordan shoe brand? You think the game would be global? You think we would have got all these great Europeans playing in the NBA if it wasn't for the impact that Michael Jordan left on making the game globally, making everybody start falling in love with the game of basketball? That's why he's the GOAT. Because I can't just say Jordan's the GOAT because off of pure stats. I just can't say Jordan is the GOAT off of championships. But the combination of everything, just the combination of everything all put together, Jordan got the best resume out of all the players when you put everything together, when you put everything into perspective, when you combine what he did off the court for the game of basketball, you can combine what he did for the game of basketball globally, when you combine certain aspects of how people view the game. We went out and had our Allen Iversons. We went out and had our LeBron James. We went out and had our Dwayne Wades and guys of that nature. If it wasn't for Michael Jordan. We went out and had our Kobe Bryants. Y'all niggas had love Kobe. We wouldn't have Kobe if it wasn't for Mike. Mike opened the doors. Niggas to this day still talk about Mike. These damn teenagers talk about Mike still. So when it comes down to everything combined, it's Michael Jeffrey Jordan, and it's not even close. Now, Bill Russell is up there because the racism that he dealt with. He was a civil rights pioneer, and he stood on business. Boycotted the All-Star game so the players could get more benefits for his insurance, higher pay, um, all those things that Bill Russell did for the league. So I just want guys to understand when you combine everything together, LeBron James doesn't come close to Mike. Kobe Bryant doesn't come close to Mike. Wilt Chamberlain doesn't come close to Mike. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar does good. Kareem, as great as he was, Kareem didn't impact the game as much as Michael Jordan. Hell, he didn't even impact the game as much as Magic Johnson and Larry Bird. And trying to go, how you sorry when in the game 7 in a win all take all against Wilt Chamberlain, Bill Russell had 30 points and 40 rebounds in the clinching game 7 against Wilt Chamberlain. 30 points and 40 rebounds in a game 7. But that's sorry. Is he the best finisher at the rim? No. Does he have the best offensive package as a big man? No. But you can always say that he's the best defender, best rebounder, best intangible small small thing player of all time. If you need Bill Russell to score, he will score. If you need Bill Russell to rebound, he will rebound. If you need him to D up somebody, he will D up somebody. That's the best winner of all time. Does it mean he's the most talented player? Hell no, he's not the most talented player. Hell no. But he's in the top 5 because he's unmatched as a winner, and he put up crazy numbers as well. And half his numbers is not even calculated. 6 foot, that's a lie. That's a lie, though. This other bigs he went against it and trying to go. I'm gonna give you an example now. of all the elite big men that Bill Russell went against. Because you got to learn something. You worried about Kawhi Leonard bum ass and handicap ass, but let me give you Bill Russell's competition. And that's just the thing that guys hate on. But Wilt Chamberlain, of course, that was his rival. That was the elite guy he went against. But the Hall of Fame centers he went against, though, look up Bob Pettit trying to go. Look up guys like Bob Pettit. Look up a guy like Walt Bellamy. Walt Bellamy averaged 20 and 14 his whole career, four-time All-Star, Rookie of the Year in 1962. Look up Walt Bellamy on trying to go. Nate Thurman, one of the best defensive big men of all time and rebounders of all time. One of the strongest motherfuckers you ever seen. Hell, they said Nate Thurman might be LeBron James' daddy. That's just how much they look alike. And that's just how much rock solid built he was. Look at Willis Reed, Finals MVP in 1970 and 1973. He went against Bill Russell. Look him up. This is a guy I know you don't know about. Zelmo Beatty, another guy he went against that was a good big man. After that, we have Wayne Ebry. That's another guy. But Bill Russell went against great big man at the time. So guys got to stop that. But man, I just wanted to give my take on this GOAT debate. I wanted to lay down the foundation of how guys should view the GOAT debate because we got simple-minded dumbasses. All they do is, oh man, I'm gonna just pull up the numbers. Oh man, I'm gonna pull up the accolades. Oh man, now I want to talk about shit off the court. It's everything put together. And when you put everything together, they consider into the growth of the league, the impact that it had globally, the individual stats, the individual accolades, and their team success, along with how dominant they was as a player, how that dominance translated into team success. All that matters in the GOAT debate. You can't take out one without the other. You can't make one thing less important than the other. All of it is equally important. And I just gotta remind you, LeBron fans, this: you wouldn't have LeBron if it wasn't for Mike. We wouldn't have Mike if it wasn't for Dr. J. So, man, y'all hit that like button. I appreciate Reg Dog, Alex, Train to Go, Simple Minded Ass, whoever else been in here. Man, I appreciate y'all hit that like button, man. I might start putting little cash apps in here, but I ain't big on that. But if y'all do want to donate, I put in my cash app in the chat now. $ LMG Herm. Man, that's my cash app, man. If y'all do want to donate, I appreciate it. If not, it's all good. I don't care about that either. I'm just doing this for the love. I'm gonna grow the channel more. I'm gonna be more consistent more. But I'm just giving my take on the GOAT debate, man. Michael Jordan is the GOAT. Can't hate it, but you need to love it. Because if you love the game of basketball, you will love what this man has done for the game and what this man to this day how his effectiveness on the NBA is still relevant to today. Salute y'all. I'm out, y'all. Appreciate y'all for stopping in. Y'all hit that like button. If y'all not subscribed, subscribe, man. This is real shit. Real shit. And Reg Dog, I don't blame you. Kobe is that guy, man. Kobe is that guy. Rest in peace, Bing. You that nigga, man. We respect you. I'm out, y'all.